What up, party people? Welcome back. Happy Memorial Day. And hopefully you guys had time to, just take a minute out of your day and then thank a veteran or think about those veterans that came before us who sacrificed. That's what Memorial Day is about. So I hope you were able to take a minute and do that, pay your respects. That being said, I actually went to an auction this morning and, good Lord, what a waste of time that auction was. In fact, in the last week and a half, it has just been a car desert out there. No yard sales, no flea markets, all because of the rain. Absolutely nothing. But that doesn't mean I didn't spend money. No. Got all this stuff in a flea market from the previous weekend that I didn't get a chance to film yet. Just been so busy. And then this one item from the auction this morning. This is going to be a ton of fun showing you guys, even though I really was trying to find cards. Couldn't find any. But I found watches and I found some coins. So we're going to check that out. Hopefully you guys like this and have fun watching. And if you do, don't forget to support the channel. Like, share, subscribe down below. Boosts my ego, makes me feel good about myself. But I really want the channel to keep growing. Cannot grow without your support. And I can't open this apparently. There we go. But we want to keep growing. Can't grow without your support. That being said, let's jump right in. Check this out. United States Liberty Coins 1886, 1986. Now, these are uncirculated coins. This is simply a clad quarter from 1986, or a $50 rather. But as you can see, the two-tone there, it is clad. Not worth a ton. What is worth a little bit is this coin right here. Ellis Island Gateway to America. This coin is supposed to be, anyway, 90% silver. This is the only thing I bought at the auction. They had cards at the auction, but holy crap, were people just throwing money at things. It was unfreaking believable. I managed to snag this for $20 because I knew that coin was silver. And yeah, no other bids. I probably should have waited and got it for 10. But then someone else might have jumped in and I'd have to pay 20 anyway. But after I bought it, quick check of comps online, anywhere from $65 to, well, anywhere from really $50 all the way to $75. So I could keep this because of the silver, but because I'm actually not that interested in this, this could go in my antique booth, and a $65 price tag would make a horrible trip to an auction kind of bearable. Turning $20, $25 after taxes and the auction fees. Turning $25 into $65, quick $40 flip. Not too bad because I know I can get $65 for that. I might actually just do that. We'll put that there. You can let me know down in the comments what you think I should be doing with this stuff. Next up, let's do these. This is why I love flea markets, because here's two watches here I paid a whopping $2 in total for. $2 in total. And we've got these two very sellable watches here. Here's a Pulsar Quartz. Kind of looks like a Tissot PRX. Kind of, anyway. Got to put a battery in this, make sure it's working. But it's pretty nice. Pulsar is made by Seiko, so the quality's there. And for $1, because again, $1 a piece, this is probably a $35 watch. So for practically nothing, you know, $1 for the battery, $1 for the watch, $2. Turning $2 into $35. Now that's my kind of deal. And then this Timex quartz. It's not Indiglo, so you know, pushing that does nothing. But it's a Timex date. So, you know, I can probably get $25 with the battery. Again, as long as it's working. It actually looks pretty nice. So, selling this for $20 or $25 should not be a problem. That's the kind of deals I like. Spending less than $5 and turning that $5 into, what, $60? Not too shabby. It's actually almost what I spent all here. But we'll put those over there. These next two, I don't know. I've actually been wearing this one. I'm keeping this one. Check this out. It is an HMT Pilot. 17 joules. It's a manual wind watch. HMT is Hindustan Machine Tools. It actually, even on the front there, it starts going. It says India. All right, it's a company that was formed in 1953, and they partnered up with Citizen Watch Company out of Japan. See, isn't that pretty? Nice exhibition case back. But they partnered up with Citizen Watch Company out of Japan, and they got the Indian watch market or watchmaking up and running. But it's a very, very nice dial. I really like it. You know, it's not a ton of value. I paid $50 in total for these two. But this is a watch I've been wearing and will continue to wear. That's great. Love the back. It's really not that bad. They stopped making pretty much all their watches in India back in 2016. They still sell watches, but I think most of them are... I don't think they're made in Japan. I think most of them are made in China now. This one was probably made in China just because it looks so new. Like, I don't think this watch is 10 years old, but it's really nice. And for 25 bucks, I've got a watch I've added to my personal collection. I really like it. Also for 25 bucks, check this out. It is a beautiful vintage Timex. And what's even better, you can already see it. It's working. Interesting band. I'm not crazy about the band, but it's a very, very pretty dial. This might actually be like a $40 or $50 Timex. I have to do a little bit more homework, but that dial is screaming 40s or 50s. And yeah, if this is a vintage Timex, yeah, it just that much more valuable. But really, really nice. 50 bucks for these two. And yeah, might just get $50 just for this, which makes that free. And I always love free. There you go. Very, very pretty watch. That's going to go in the booth. And then I ended up buying these two bags for a total of 20 bucks. Let's go through the honestly less interesting one, probably for you guys. Is a whole bunch of watch movements. A lot of old vintage watch movements. Nothing too crazy in here, you know, but I see it as practice. Taking these apart, putting them back together. I paid $20 in total, so 10 bucks a bag. So really not losing much. Is a Simier Swiss dial. It's actually kind of nice. But yeah, not losing really any money if I break or lose something. It's going to be good practice. Something's up with that balance wheel. Look at that. But yeah, I figured this would be great practice for me. There is one in here I do want to show you guys. Not that it's super valuable at all. It's actually this one here, but just lots of, there's a Windsor. Most of them are Swiss. There's a couple American ones. This was pretty nice. I was actually really excited because I'm like, that could be a silver or a platinum or a white gold case. And it's not, unfortunately. But lots of little ones. It's definitely a watchmaker who used to have this. Took care of the stuff. I'm going to get plenty of practice out of this. Check that out. There's one gem left in it. Nice little ruby there. But pretty cool. This one is a Norwood watch, but the movement isn't Norwood. Let's see where it says it. There it is. Oris Watch Company, Swiss. It's a 7 jewel. Oris is a really, really nice higher end watch brand. They're not super high end, but Oris watch is new, or could be a couple $1,000s. But there you go. There's an old Oris watch movement, 7 jewels. That's really cool. I would love to get an Oris watch. When I saw that, I went, no way, I got an Oris watch. But nope, it's Norwood, but I'll get to practice on an Oris movement, so that's sweet. That's that for that $10 bag. And then here, I'm making some money off of this bag. What do we got here? We have a Puget quartz that's not worth anything, unfortunately. Limbeck, nope, also worth nothing. Was that working? Thought I saw something move. Where's the stuff worth something? There's a quartz heart watch. I don't think anyone wants that ring. Come on, give me something good in here. There's another one. Where's the good stuff? There's good stuff in here, trust me. Here's a Timex Indiglo. This is probably 15 bucks. 15 maybe. I might be able to get away with 20, but I think probably just 15 with a battery. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. This is for like nurses. The pin is there, and then there you go. And check that out. It's a Seconda, which is Russian. This is a vintage Seconda nurse's fob watch thing, and it works. I mean, this is what, 20 or 30 bucks all day. That's really cool. So there's, we'll say 20 bucks, 15 bucks. There's 35. And remember, paid 20 for both bags. So 35. Oh yeah, we got a lot of little Seikos. This is a manual wind Seiko. I don't know if you can hear it. I can barely hear it, but it is ticking. That is a small wrist though, holy cow. I tried putting it on my daughter. She wanted nothing to do with it. But that's a nice watch. Probably only like, good lord, maybe $10 or $15, I don't know. It's a Seiko manual, which is always nice, but they're hard to sell and they are tiny. Oh wait, this is the one I tried to put on my daughter, which is another Seiko. It is a Seiko quartz. This lady must have been this lady must have been tiny.
What is this? A center for ants? What?
Either that or these for kids. But it's a nice little Seiko quartz. Just holy cow. Again, I have a hard time selling these little watches, at least in my booth. Could probably sell them online, but I'm only going to get, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks for them because they're so small. This one is a Timex, I believe, but it is a funky, cool blue coloring on the dial. It's not gems, it's just paint, but it's really cool. And it's a manual wind. See if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Again, 10 bucks. So 30 and 35. This is something I can sell. Look at this. I got to clean up the glass a little bit, but here is a Seiko SQ Sport 100. This just got to adjust that a little bit. Can't adjust it a ton. I can only move it one more spot. This person must have been tiny, but it is no, it's really not that much bigger. But this is a nicer one. I like the cool black and gold, and this is probably 20 or 25 bucks. What do we got here? We got another Seiko, I think. Yep, Seiko quartz. Again, super tiny, maybe about 10 bucks. This is cool. I might have to get a new band for it, but look at this. It's a Seiko automatic. It is, I believe, 21 jewels. There we go. 17 joules, but it's a high beat. So it's going to be pretty darn smooth. Look at that. That's what the high beat movement does. It makes it that much smoother, but they're also more expensive. It's not like it's made of gold or anything, you know, but yeah, see, base metal, top stainless back. But that's a really nice watch, you know, with a proper band, like a black one, maybe from like this Timex one. It might fit. Probably fit. That Timex actually looks good like that. But the Seiko, same thing, that black strap. And yeah, this would be like a $40 watch. It's hard to sell these smaller ones. Have really struggled with my booth selling the ladies' watches. But that's really cool. Might have to go back to online. This is a Piaget, but it's a nothing watch. Yep, another junk one. What do we got here? Got Anne Klein. And this one's actually ticking. So I just have to clean it up. Again, probably $10 or $15. So this bag was full of $10 bills. And that red one, I'm going to show you that one last. We'll end the video with that guy. This is a Gruen quartz, but really ugly. I mean, I'm sure some people would like that. I just think that's really ugly. You know, I would say 10 bucks. I think we got one more Seiko. Yep. And it's a pretty Seiko. Got a little crack on the glass. Yeah, or a little scratch. I have some poly watch. Maybe that'll get it out. I don't know. Again, look how tiny this person's wrist was. That is a tiny, tiny lady. And it can't go any bigger. Man. That is tiny. So that would probably have to be another $10 one. And we'll end the video with this. This watch is so freaking cool. Yeah, I don't think it's worth much, but the cool factor is there. There's a Quintel. Look at this. Wow, it's still winding. I wound this up like 3 days ago. Look at that. USA, and the seconds hand is this plain. Isn't that cool? I should really look this up, find out how much it's actually worth, but I don't want to sell it yet. But it's such a fun watch. Look at that. Really, really cool. Like I said, I don't think it's really worth much. You know, it's a novelty, but it's really cool. I like the plane is the second hand, and it just keeps flying around. Really neat. Well, oh wait, dang, gotta end it on this one, the junk one. E-Tech Quartz. It is junk. Maybe I'll take the strap off of that. But anyway, yeah, this one is really cool. I had a ton of fun shopping for the stuff. I can't believe I couldn't find sports cards anywhere. And when I did find sports cards, people were just asking crazy amounts of money. Like at the auction, there was a box of cards. There was quite literally a box full of junk with the exception of 2 cards. An Ichiro rookie card, which I really wanted, but I found out is selling online pretty consistently for only $2 or $3. And what also was in that lot was a Shaq rookie card. All right, you guys know I love Shaq. That was like a $5 rookie card. So there's $7 or $8 there. There were other cards, but they were essentially throw-ins. The only 2 cards of any real value, or any value at all, was the Ichiro rookie for a couple bucks and the Shaq rookie for a couple bucks more. All right, max would have been like $10. All right, and I was gonna bid $10 for the lot. That lot sold for $45. There was only 2 cards in there worth anything. They were combined less than $10. And that was the cheapest card lot. $45. To get back, you know, we'll just say $10. All right. I wasn't going to buy something just to lose a ton of money on it. That would have just been stupid. I wanted to go and bid on this Mickey Mantle card with the condition it was in. It looked good, but it was kind of rough, had creases. I think online generally, it was 67, I think it was 67 Topps Mantle. In that condition, they were going graded for like 140, 150. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's Mantle, I want it. I'll pay 140, 150. That car that went for almost $300. It went for, I think, $275. Just stupid. People just throwing money around all over the place. Someone spent $6,000 on a table of toy cars. All right, I know people collect them. I'm not trying to knock that, but $6,000 for toy cars. People were just throwing money around. So this one woman paid $2,000 for a tray of costume jewelry. All right, I don't know what was there. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about costume jewelry, but it was costume jewelry. All right, it wasn't gold, wasn't silver. All right, it wasn't even real gemstones, and that person spent $2,000. All right, I don't have those kind of pockets to spend $2,000 on fake jewelry. All right, or almost $7,000. It was $66.25 on toy cars. Good Lord, people were just throwing money around. I really can't believe I only paid $20 for this. It was I was at the auction for 4.5 hours. When I left, they were still going. There was probably another 2 hours left in the auction. I couldn't do it. Every time I bid on something, someone just bid up crazy prices. Couldn't do it. But I still had a ton of fun hunting these, you know, finding the stuff at the flea markets. I'm fingers crossed this weekend the weather holds up and I can hit some townwide yard sales and a flea market. And I believe there's also a card show this weekend. So the cards are coming back. I can feel it. So yeah, that's going to be a ton of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun watching this. If you did, please support the channel down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Comment down below what you think of this. What do you think of that? I think that's really cool. And I wound this up a couple days ago. It's still working. Still happy to see I don't have to do anything to it. That's really cool. But yeah, comment down below what you think of these kind of videos. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. But whether you comment or not, whether you subscribe or not, you watch the video. So I really do want to say thank you for watching, and I'll catch all of you guys on the next one. See ya!